All right, my man. So without further ado, I'm going to have you bring us out on the field on this beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning. So let's hear it.
Yes. I'm out here getting the workout in. Just wanted to tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, like, just keep grinding, keep going. I have fallen off so many times in this gym. The past is the past, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have stopped going and then I get back up. And like Elias has always said, are you redoing or are you just staying consistent? Let's stay consistent. That's what my plan is today. That's why you haven't seen me really post about being in the gym in this last month, is because I'm tired of talking about it. I just want to be about it. Now, at this point, let's just be about it. Let's go out there. Let's crush this day. Let's do what we do. Lean on your team if you ever need anybody. I'm always big on mental health and about keeping your spirit high. So if you ever need anybody to tap in with, always talk with me or anybody else. But let's do this thing. I love you guys.
I love you too, man. And I really, really appreciate you sharing. We've talked about this in the past, you guys, and I want you to remember these two words and this sentiment. Are you living in repair mode or are you living the day for prepare mode? And let me elaborate. Well, if I didn't go to the gym yesterday, if I ate like dog shit yesterday, if I stopped by Popeyes, I got a spicy chicken sandwich, I knew it was horrible for me, it had sauce on it, am I going to play repair today? Yeah, because I didn't go to the gym, so I'm playing catch up from yesterday. It's the same thing if you don't do your prospecting from yesterday, the day before, what are you doing? You're constantly playing catch up and you're in repair mode versus waking up and I'm in prepare mode. I'm prepared to make my calls. I'm prepared to do the things that I know I need to do, and I'm going to take action today, right? And so I appreciate you saying that, Jeff. Let's get into the discussion for today, and I want to ask a question. I know it sounds random, but you know me, you guys, if you spend enough time with me, I am quite random. So I have a question. Is there any people on the screen today? And if you are, give me a reaction down below. Is there anybody on the screen that is Japanese, that speaks Japanese? Please raise your hand if any of you speak Japanese. There's a purpose behind this. Anybody? Okay, cool. Awesome. So how many people on this call know what Ikigai is? Has anybody ever heard of that? Does anybody know what that is? I see some people shaking their head, kind of. Okay, so Vanessa Yepes, you have your hand up. When you hear that or you know that word, like, what is that for the people that may not know?
So I could be wrong. I took Japanese a long time ago, but I think is it along the lines of, like, you know, when you do something you love, you never work a day of your life? Is it kind of like that?
So that's the Western interpretation, right? The Japanese interpretation is finding bliss. What we've done is we've Westernized it and finding what truly, truly makes you happy in your career. So you're absolutely right on pace. So I want to share some thoughts with you, and I have an article that I'm going to bring up, and I want to share that, and I'll also put that into the chat down below. So Ikigai is the intersection between what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs for you, and what you can actually get paid for. Sometimes there's a complete disconnect. Sometimes we stay in jobs that we were fucking miserable at. Why? Because it was safe. And then what happened is a lot of you on the screen right now are here. Why? Because you took a chance. You said, I'm going to give up safety. I'm going to give up salary. I'm going to give up benefits. I'm going to give up 401k because that rat race of a job was not making me happy. And I was a dreamer. I am a dreamer. I'm a seeker. I wanted something more. I knew that if I did this correctly, I can create a life of abundance for myself. So for the people that are here that have taken that chance, I know that it's scary. I did it myself. I had a guaranteed salary of $160,000, $175,000 every single year. I was in corporate America in real estate, and I had a choice to say, do I join forces with Kenny and build something? At the time it was 10 agents, or do I stay here in something that was comfortable and I had a complete identity crisis? Can you imagine me knowing what you guys know about me right now? Like, see me at Better Homes and Garden. And if there's any guests on the line that are at Better Homes and Garden, this is not a knock on you. This is a reflection of myself, what I was not happy with. I could have stayed there and been fucking miserable, but made sure that all my bills were paid, but I had to take a chance. So Ikigai is making sure that you find your bliss and find your purpose. It is the intention behind what you are doing. It's the reason that you get out of bed every single day. If you are lucky to find something that sets your heart and soul on fire, then disregard what people think about you, about your actions. Get out of your own way, get out of your own head, and go create the life of success that you want. Success and happiness is a choice. So is sadness. So is depression. So is trepidation, right? So you have a choice right now in your life to say, if I truly, truly want to serve people, if I want to help people, if I want to give back to people, if I want to create a life of abundance for my kids, I don't want my kids to ever struggle. Then if that's what's behind it, then you have to wake up every single day and say, you know what, this is how I'm going to go out and create and have some fun with it and take some chances. But don't sit back and every single day you look back and like, man, I could have done that yesterday. I could have done that yesterday. I'm constantly going back and like turning my car around. I got to go back and repair yesterday. I got to go back and repair yesterday. So I'm never moving forward because I'm constantly turning around to repair yesterday. There's a reason why our windshield is 10 times bigger than our rear view mirror, right? There's a reason for that. So I want you guys to really think about this. And I'm going to share this article with you guys and I'll put it down here in the chat. It's a really great article and something that I came across, I stumbled across, and I think that it's really, really powerful. So I won't spend too much time on the actual article, but I want you guys to focus on this: what you love, what you're good at, what you can be paid for, and what the world needs from you. And think about that when you're creating your content. Like, what am I really, really good at? What am I, like, write that down. Like, what am I really good at? Man, I am really, really good at connecting, or whatever that is, right? I'm really good at articulating a message. I'm really good at explaining what inflation is, whatever that looks like for you. Like, and what does the world need? And if the world needs us to serve people at a bigger level, if the world needs more people to educate consumers and make sure that they're reaching their financial dreams, then be that person. So find something, and my hope is that you have found that, and that's why you chose to get into real estate, that lights your soul. And now that you have that, disregard what anybody thinks of you and just go out there and have some fun with it, be different. I'm going to share this article with everybody, and I'll put this in the chat that way you guys have this. And now let me get into our exercise for the morning, and let me copy this. I don't know why it's not there. All right, copy this, and now I'm going to stop sharing, and now I'm going to post this down below so you guys have that. All right, cool. Awesome. So you have that. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to grab a pen and a piece of paper. And what we're going to do is we're going to evaluate life right now. All right. So can I have the permission first and foremost to go a little further with everybody on the screen today? Is that okay? If that's okay, give me a thumbs up, give me a reaction, give me an emoji down below. Do I have the permission to go a little bit further with you guys today? Thank you. Thank you for that. So if you said no, I'd probably go a little further based on the consensus, but I just wanted to at least get an okay for most of you guys. And hey, Maria, hair game on point, girl. Okay, it's usually spiked, and now you got it all to the left side. Hair game on point. Shout out to Maria. So here's what I want you guys to do, is I want you to do an inventory check on your life. Because here's what we're doing. We've been talking about social media. We've been talking about you creating. We've been talking about you, getting out every single day and documenting your journey. But I want to take a step back really quick and start to evaluate some things in our life. After we do this exercise, if anybody wants to take themselves off of mute and share what they've wrote down and the biggest areas where they feel they can grow, then that's going to be our open dialogue. But let's start out this way. We're going to evaluate our life. We're going to shape our destiny. And the first one is I want you to rank yourself between 1 and 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Really, really simple exercise. I want you to write down personal and mental growth. Personal mental growth, scale from 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Where would you rank yourself right now? I'll give you a second. Just go ahead and write that down. And once again, if you're Christian or you're driving like Christina, you'll come back and do this later. So evaluate personal and mental growth on a scale between 1 and 5. Next category. Next category is health and fitness. Where would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 5 in health and fitness? And you guys will start to see all this come together. Next category, relationships. Like, where would you rank your relationships right now? Are you connected with the people that you love? Are you calling the people that you love? Do you feel like you're a part of their life? Or are you just checking in on social media, right? Like, are you sending them personal videos? Are you letting them know, hey, I saw your anniversary post and I just thought it was really special and it meant the world to me to see that you are finally happy and you're living your best life, right? When you see someone, are you connecting with them? What's Vanessa? Hi, how are you? Like, how are the kids? Like, I'm so happy about you and your success and what you're doing. I love your community event. I just want to say you're an inspiration to so many people. What are your relationships like right now? What are your relationships like when you go home at night? What is the relationship you have with your children, with your family, with your spouse, with your lover, your significant other? What does that look like? Do you walk in the door like, oh, how are you, babe? Same shit, different day. What's for dinner? And then you fall asleep and there's no connection. There's no romance. There's no flirting. There's no courting. Are you just short with the kids because you've had such a long day? What do those relationships look like? And that's an important one for me. 1 through 5, where will you rank yourself? 1 being the worst, 5 being the absolute best. Let's continue on. Business, right? When you look at your business right now, and if you had to rank it, and if you're evaluating your life, evaluating your business and shaping your own destiny, what does that look like right now? 1 to 5, where would you rank yourself? Next category is finances and wealth. When we look at this, you guys are now self-employed. You guys are your own CEOs. You guys are creating your own business. Well, along with that comes, oh, I have to put away side money for taxes, for expenses, for marketing, for building my business. And I also have to have some type of insurance plan that if I'm sick, if I'm not able to sell real estate and go out and meet consumers like we did early pandemic, what do? Where does that money come from? Right? And you have this ability through rev share, and we'll talk about that all in a second. Well, I can build through rev share because I'm bringing people into this environment. So when you think about your finances and wealth, are you saving money? Are you purchasing a home like Vanessa on the screen here recently did in Stanford Crossing? Are you purchasing a home like Vivian just did for her and her family? So I want you to think about that, because I don't know about you guys. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I'm 42 years old, right? I'm thinking about, man, 50 is 8 years down the road. The last thing I want to do is be 75 years old and still trying to struggle to make money, right? And the last one is fun and leisure, right? Scale from 1 to 5. Like, when was the last time you just went out and just turned up a little bit? When was the last time that you went out to a concert to go see some hip hop because you really, really love going to hip hop shows? How many people enjoy going to a concert? You guys, in 2019, I went to 30 shows. In 2021 or 2020, I was supposed to go to 40 shows. Like, that to me is gospel. That to me is my church. I love going to concerts, right? Are you just taking cruises on the motorcycle? Do you got an old, car that you take out of the garage? You take your kids out and do fun stuff. Like, where is your fun and leisure? Are you going on vacations? Are you taking trips? Are you just getting away for 2 days? Grandma, grandpa, can you watch the kids? Cool. Me and hubby are going to get away for a couple days. Like, how much of that are you actually doing in your life? So I want you to rank yourself in those areas. And as I'm talking, I want you guys to be really, really transparent with yourself. And I want you to be honest with yourself. So to go back through the categories really quick: personal and mental health, rank yourself from 1 to 5 for the people that are just hopping on. Health and fitness, relationships, business, finances and wealth, fun and leisure. Now, I'm sure there's one category that you're probably a 5 in, right? Let's just say I'm sure there's one category at least that you're a 5 in. All the other categories that you maybe rank yourself a little bit lower. Let me ask a question. And if you don't have to tell me the details of it, but does anybody, and just give me a reaction on the screen below, does anybody have any 1s on their list right now? Cool. Appreciate the honesty. Appreciate the honesty. So that's the areas where we probably need to focus and figure out a plan in order for me to grow. I'll give you one example. If you were a 1 on your health and fitness and you raise that to a 4 or 5, does that impact the relationships that you have? Does that impact your business? Because why? You feel better. If you look better and feel better, do you think that you're going to show up to your honey a little bit differently? Probably, because you got more confidence, right? You look at things a little bit more clear. You have more energy. You have more vitality, right? So the reason why and I did this at a mastermind about 5 months ago, and it has always stayed with me. It's actually right on my desk. So who is willing to share any of their numbers in a complete stream of consciousness? Tell me what your numbers are. and the areas where you feel that you want to improve the most on in the next 90 days. Let's just take a bite-sized chunk out of our year and say in the next 90 days, what are the areas that I would like to work on the most? Who's going to grab the mic and share with me what is on their list? All right, cool. So I see a couple hands going up. All right, cool. I think Vanessa's typing, but Ben, let's hear from you.
So for me, going through the list, right? Correct? Yeah, okay. Personal mental health growth, I put 4. Health and fitness, I put 5. Relationship, 5. Business, 3. Finances and wealth was my 1 out of my list. And fun and leisure is 3.
Okay, cool.
I did take action. Yesterday was a humbling experience, but I did call my last previous job that I was with. I knew I can fall back as a plan B if real estate wasn't doing as well as I thought. So I'm going back to work part-time with them, but still be able, to work real estate, so that's going to get me with my finances and wealth to hopefully, a 5. And that's going to increase, I know for sure, the business, and then a little fun and leisure time, right? So
Totally.
yeah.
And you'll find correlations in every single one of these. Romel, you had your hand up, brother. Let's hear from you. If you want to share, you obviously had your hand up, but tell me where you rank. What were some areas where you feel that you want to grow in the next 90 days?
Man, you caught me. I dropped it down thinking maybe I shouldn't participate, but I'm glad you saw that. Good morning, everyone. So
Morning, Romel.
real quick, I want to say, I don't know her, Sarah Long, 16. Her screenshot is just bringing me a lot of joy. Her little baby in the background. It just makes me smile seeing that. So you just helped my mental health this morning.
Look at that. Look at that. I love it.
So just going down the list, personal mental growth, 3.5. Health and fitness, 4.5. Relationships, business and finances all hovering at 3. Fun and leisure is my 1. I have not really gotten back in the swing of doing the things I used to do pre-COVID. But I'm making steps to kind of get back out there. Concerts, live music is something I really enjoyed before. On the very positive side, my health and fitness has still been improving. I lost over 120 pounds over the last 2 years, not from sickness, but from just changing diet, working out, getting myself together. And thankfully, stress and other things has not made me go backwards on that. So I'm very thankful for that and kind of keeping that moving, and hoping my real estate goals will help me with my finances too in the next, I'm going to say 6 months to a year. So I'm working on that.
All right, guys, there's a couple really powerful moments here. So Romel put his hand up and put it down. He's like, oh, I don't know if I want to share. And then he shares and hits us with this, bro. First off, congratulations. 100 pounds is not an easy feat, no matter who you are and how you're built and what your structure is. That is not an easy feat. So congratulations to you. So what is the plan? Is the plan for you to get to a concert and do something fun that lights up your soul and spirit by the end of the summer? What's going on? Because there's tons of free shows. There's tons of big shows. What is your plan to get you in front of a band that you love, that you can go and dance and maybe take a day, do whatever you're going to do, bro? What's the plan?
So I have no rhythm in terms of dancing. My music genre is actually more jazz. I love going here live music. So gonna try to hit SF Jazz either this weekend or maybe next week.
All right. So
yeah.
I don't want this to be a maybe. Let's send some light and love to Romel and say, get your ass to that jazz festival and have some fun. Also, you know what's coming up? The Sonoma County Jazz Festival out on the Russian River. Man, that thing is absolutely incredible. So Romel,
That's right.
my
Yes.
brother, if you are ever looking for a concert buddy, I'm saying this out, I'm saying it publicly to my man. If you ever need a concert buddy and say, hey, bro, just go with me. I won't show you up with my dance moves, but I'll go up there and have some fun with you. You let me know, my brother, and I appreciate you sharing and chiming in. And
what's your favorite artist? What's your favorite artist? Who's your favorite artist?
Still right now is Robert Glasper experiment.
Okay. Where
So
are you at? Where you located? I would like
I'm
to,
in
I
the
would
Bay,
like to,
in Oakland.
I would like to personally get you on a stage somewhere to enjoy one of your favorite artists by the end of the year if I can, bro.
Oh man, who is that speaking?
My name is Otis. Otis White. I don't have
Oh,
my
Otis.
camera on
Okay, I
right now.
got you.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah.
bro. I appreciate that.
I felt your story so much, brother. I want to help with that mental on that part. I know I can at least attribute that much for you.
Appreciate that.
Listen, here's the thing, Romel. Like, I am down. We'll go. I will drive. You guys can drink. You just let me know, brother. I'll be there 100% to support. Let's go to Adrian Reliza. You
Right.
had your
Thank
hand
you.
up, and then I saw Sam's hand go back up. So Adrian, full transparency, full stream of consciousness. Let's hear from you.
Hi guys, good morning. So I was a 3 across the board.
Wow.
Yes, 3. So I'm pretty sure everyone knows by now. My dad passed away this year, so I was a mess mentally. But I am back on track. I quit working out for a while when my dad was sick. Now I'm back working out again. I have to do it in the morning to get my energy up. So I've been doing that. I also did work with a therapist for a while, a few weeks, and that totally was a game changer for me. I feel like everyone should I mean, I feel like everyone should talk to a therapist now. Also, I have been reading a lot of books, and I also joined Toastmasters because that is one thing that I need help with. I need to, practice public speaking. It's a skill and I love it so far. It's been really good. And just to let you guys know, you can actually go to different countries and join their Zoom meetings. So it's pretty interesting. And that's about it.
Love it. And I appreciate you sharing. And the fact that she answered and said 3 across the board, but what she's doing is she's taking steps to improve those areas of her life. I've gone to therapy myself. I get it. I understand it, but it was hard for me to at least take that step. And so congratulations to you. Really, really appreciate that. Let's hear from a few more people. I saw Larissa's hand up. Let's hear from Larissa and let's go over to you.
Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay, so personal and mental growth. I feel I'm a 4 because I work on that on a daily basis, and
Awesome.
I have a coach, so it just really helps. And then the office that I work in, we're all about mental growth and personal growth as well. Health and fitness. I am a 4. I need to get to the 5 level. I love to work out. That's a given. It's a must. It's something I do all the time. Relationship, it's a 3. I need to work on it. It was funny, Elias, when you were talking about when you come home, you're like, what's for dinner? Or, just kind of like on autopilot. And I feel like I'm like that because I'm just have so many things on my mind because I'm mom and I just worry about everything, but I got to get better about relationships with my family. Evaluate business is a 3. It could be so much better, and I'm going to work on that. That's a must. Finance and wealth, I would say it's around a 2.5, and fun and leisure is a 2. It's not where it should be, and I do admire your comment about going to concerts in 2019.
Yep.
I was the same way. I don't know. I think I went to like 15 concerts. It was just amazing. It was just another world for me. I love concerts as well. So I need to work on that. So yeah, that's where I'm at with my numbers.
I love this, you guys. And I know we've been talking about social media and video the last couple of weeks. I just want to do something a little bit different, but I want you to imagine this. Imagine that your life, you were 5s in all of those categories. Like, what does life look like in 90 days from now? How do you feel? How have you bonded? How much money have you saved? If you were committed to, 20 calls a day, 10 calls a day, whatever that looks like, right? And like, what does that look like in 90 days? And how would you feel? I'm going to be vulnerable with you guys. I made a decision this year to get back with Amanda. And I made a choice to make sure that that relationship was the number one relationship of my life. I made a choice to show up every single day, to flirt, to smack her butt in the kitchen when she's making breakfast. Like, I make a conscious decision to make that sure that the relationship is like has improved tremendously. And that one choice has given me so much joy and so much happiness. I can get emotional talking about this, but it was one choice that I said, you know, that's a relationship that was at a fucking -1. And now it's at, hopefully she would say it's between a 4 and a 5. But I made one choice, and that one choice has given me so much joy and so much happiness. And it made me really reflect on life. And so I want you guys to look at this. What if in 90 days from now, you guys are all on a 5? How does life look? How do you feel? What are you doing? How are you contributing? This is a really, really deep conversation, but I think it's powerful. Let's go to 2 other people right now. Actually, 3 other people. I see.
Can I share mine real quick, Elias?
Oh, sorry, bro. I didn't see a hand up. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, sure. I was just like Romel. I was kind of ashamed to raise my hand, and then I lowered it real quick. But my rankings like completely opposite from Romel. Anyways, my rankings are personal and mental growth is 1, health and fitness 2, relationships 3, business 2, finances and wealth 1, fun and leisure is a 5 because I feel like I'm having too much fun, and that's degrading my finances, and that's also in correlation with my personal and mental growth. So yeah, and it's crazy because like I think I know what I know what I have to do, but for some reason I just completely do the exact opposite. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of like uncomfortable to say, but like I'm addicted to a lot of like toxic things, and so my life's like completely toxic right now, and that's where I'm at in life right now. So yeah.
Well, bro, thank you for sharing. And listen, you have a whole team of people that are here for support. So if you need anything, man, you just reach out to us and let us know, because what somebody else's 5 right now is, that might be a 1 for you. So like, listen and hear the stories. And if you just need some support and help, like, check it out. Adrian just hit you right now and said, hit her up and let's talk. Bro, you got tons of people in this room that will be here, because let's just ask a question, and not about toxicity, but how many of us know that there's things that we should be doing in our business, but for some reason we don't do them? Does that happen to anybody? Yeah, and I appreciate the honesty, right? I appreciate that honesty. So Sam, you're not alone. I appreciate you sharing. Maria, let's go to you. Let's hear what's on your list. Dominguez.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say which Maria. Mic check.
Yeah, it's low. Can you turn it up just a little bit?
Sure can, because now I know how to do that.
Okay, all right, good.
Okay, hold on. So for me, how does that sound? Sound better?
A little better.
Okay, cool. So for me, personal and mental growth is a 4. I do that. I'm a daily, all day, every day, working on myself internally. Health and fitness is a 3. Relationships, so my family and my friends, 4 or 5. My love life, that should really be like a negative. Business right now is about a 2 to a 3. Finances the 3, and fun and leisure is a 5. And business for me right now is about a 2 or a 3 because I have nothing in escrow. But this is the deal. Every day, thanks to my partnership with Sakia, we're committed to making phone calls. We're committed to putting forth the action to get that to a 4 and a 5. So I know I'm planting seeds right now. I'm doing the videos every day. I sent out videos for birthdays, big life moments yesterday. I sent gift cards for birthdays. So I know that will eventually pay off, and I'm consistent. So I'm not really worried about that. My concern really is my personal romantic life, because I'm a hustler and I'm a social butterfly. And so people see me and they're like, oh, where's her man? Okay, that's a whole nother conversation. But sometimes I focus on my relationships with my family and my friends, because those were the people that were there with me when I was at the negative point in my life. 2, my business, I am single, I pay my own bills. And so I need a partner. I don't need someone to lord over me. And, unfortunately, men in my age range, they're ready to retire, they're done. And I'm like, no, let's go see the world. So I just got to find a balance and find the one to, do life with, or do this last season of my
Yeah.
life with. And unfortunately, not many people can keep up with me. So I'm working on it. It's
All
just,
right.
it's tough.
And you know what, Maria, you are an amazing, amazing human being. And it takes a strong man to be with somebody like you, though, because you're full of energy, you're full of excitement, and some people just can't keep up with that. So the right person will always show up. And when we least expect it, right? When we least expect it.
Exactly.
But I want you to really reflect, and Aaliyah, I'm going to come to you in a moment. Like, what does that look like over the next 90 days when you raise all of these to 5, right? Like, because where would you rank your health and fitness?
I'm a 3 to 4 because I
3 to
work
4.
out. Yeah.
So,
my
so
health-
imagine if you were a 5, that meant maybe 1 or 2 more days in the gym. Well,
yes.
1 or 2 more days in the gym, maybe find a hardworking firefighter. I'm just putting context out there. Maybe you find the hardworking firefighter that just happens to go on that Sunday when you said, I never work out on Sundays, but you went and you met him. So it's just like, maybe that 5 allows you to put yourself in a room with more people versus going to a bar or going to an app, and you get to meet somebody that's like-minded. So I'm just thinking big picture for you.
Thank you for putting that out in the universe.
Aaliyah, let's go to you. And Aaliyah, good to see your face. Love when you contribute. So let's hear from you, Aaliyah.
Okay. So for health or mental and personal health, I think that was the first one.
Personal and mental growth.
Okay. Well, I was thinking mental health.
Yeah, same thing.
So I put 1. And the reason that I wanted to share is because this mental health for me being 1, it really affects everything else in this list for me. It affects my relationships. It affects, working out. It affects my business. When I'm feeling low or depressed, I'm not able to, make my calls every day or get myself up to go to the gym or cook and healthy foods that are going to make me feel better, get outside, get some sun. These are all things that help improve mental health. So the fact that it's a 1 in effect and it's affecting all of these things and making it so that I can't do these things pretty much makes everything else like a 1 also. So for me, somebody mentioned therapy being like a life changer. One of the things that I've done to help myself is started going to therapy and it's been helping. So I definitely, like the other person said, I forget who it was, do recommend having somebody to talk to. I forgot what else I was going to say, but that's it.
Man, Aaliyah, first off, I appreciate you and I appreciate you opening up. There's a reason why personal and mental growth and health and fitness are 1 and 2 on these lists. There's a reason for that. And I think Aaliyah hit it home, because if those 2 things are not strong, it is very, very hard to have the other 4 categories really show up at a 5 or even close to a 5. So I appreciate you sharing that. And we're all here for you. If you need anybody, like, let us know. If anybody wants to do workout routines, if everyone wants to go out and just, do meditation sessions, whatever it is, I'm sure you have a whole group of people here that are down to do that with you. Let's go to Giselle, let's go to Demian, then we'll come to Sep, and then we'll come full circle in the conversation. Giselle, is that you? Giselle, we have no audio. Can we get a check? Giselle. All right, cool. Let's go to Demian. Demian, you had your hand up, big dog.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, brother.
How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm good. I'm well. I'm here. So can you run down the categories for me right quick? I was driving, but I was paying attention. I had the numbers in my head.
So on a scale from 1 to 5, these are the categories: personal and mental growth, health and fitness, relationships, business, finances and wealth, and fun and leisure.
So I had a 5, 3, 3, 1, 1, 3.5.
5, 3. What was relationships?
3.
Business?
1.
1. Finance and wealth?
1.
1. And then fun and leisure?
about a 3.5.
All right. So then, you know, the plan needs to be centered around my business and finances, right?
Yeah,
Like what do,
for sure.
and just so you guys know, full transparency, Damian and I are going full tilt right now. We're spending some time. He's finding opportunities. He's looking at his business in different ways. He's finding ways to prospect at a different level. And if you guys have seen, he's been creating video every single day, and he was quiet for some time. He was quiet. So he's making some steps to make sure that that business, finances of wealth, are moving up from a 1 to eventually a 5. So Damian, good stuff, bro. And I appreciate you being open and honest.
Oh yeah, all good.
Seth, let's go to you, big dog. Nice shirt.
Thank you. Thank you. I just picked it up from Oakland yesterday from the office. How you doing, Elias?
I'm well. And hey, listen, I'm going to do a quick plug for Seth right now. If you guys don't know about caviar and you guys want to talk to the caviar Don, it's Seth. The dude knows. I literally felt like I was talking to a drug dealer. He's like, yo, bro, I got this stuff. It's from the Caspian. You put it on your hand right here. You eat it like that. It lights up your soul. I swear to God, bro, I was talking to a straight drug dealer, but it's all caviar, legal. The best caviar in the world comes from the Caspian Sea. But I love it, love it. So Seth, to you. But if you ever need any caviar, hit up your boy Seth for that good. So Seth, let's hear from you, bro.
Thank you first of all for this advertisement. That was the best thing that could happen. Thank you so much. So I would kind of go on my list of mental and health growth. I rate myself 4, and fitness, I missed some gym days, so I'll go with 3. And relationship wise, since I really believe that it's helping others, it's basically helping yourself, because down the road that you help other people reach their goals, raise up their numbers, you will be in the process of actually seeing the route, experiencing everything, and having yourself develop everything that you need to, and learn how to get and raise your own numbers too. And business, I'm still my application is under review, so I'll be a licensed real estate agent very soon. So that I would grade it at 3. And financial and wealth, I would also grade it at 3, because I'm trying to focus on one lane instead of, being scattered and trying to make everything happen all at the same time. And fun and leisure, I would grade it by 3. So this was,
I love it. And Seth, I'm gonna tell you something, since I've spent a little time with you. When you can perfect your presentation and speak so passionately that you do about caviar to real estate consumers, your business will take off. I promise you. I've sat with him. I told you, I never knew shit about caviar. And if you're buying caviar from Costco, you are buying the wrong caviar, just so you guys know. But he speaks about it with so much like expertise and passion and excitement. And he takes you on this journey. I'm like, what? I put this little fish on my hand. What? And dude, if you do that same style presentation in real estate, I promise you it's game over and you're going to win. You are going to
Thank you,
win.
sir.
All right. So you guys, I want you to just reflect. And sometimes I want to go a little bit further, and I want to go a little bit deeper. Obviously, we're going to talk about strategies, how to have breakthroughs, how to formulate ideas, and all these things that we've been talking about. But I think it's important also to do an audit. And it's really important to do an audit when you can say, okay, I want to go for 90 days, right? Look at Romel, look at Pamela Spivey, who did 100-pound challenge, and that's not for anybody else. That's so she can feel better, right? So she can feel better about herself and have longevity and vitality, right? But when you think about this and you do an audit and you evaluate your life, you shape your destiny, you say, in these categories, if I was a 5, how does that improve the quality of my life? Babe, I love you. You're hot. She's like, oh my God. So spend that time working on the relationships. Spend that time looking at your business. If you're not prospecting at the level that you have to be, then that is on you. Success is a choice. I get to show up every single day. I get to meet people from all over the state and talk to them about our amazing company, our amazing journey that we've been on. I get to do that, right? I could have a choice where I could get up late, get to the office late, do this shit half-assed. It's a choice, right? So remember the ikigai, the intersection between what you love, what you're good at, and what the world needs you to be paid for. This is your bliss. This is your purpose. This is the intention behind what you are doing, the reason you get out of bed. If you're lucky to find something that sets your heart on fire, disregard what people think, get out of your way. Let me say that one more time. Get out of your way, get out of your head, and go create the life that you want. Like that for me is important. Somebody told me this a long time ago. I was 27 years old and I had hair. And he said, Elias, you need to get out of your own way. And I was like, well, what do you mean? He's like, I didn't know anything. He's like, Kanai. And he told me his name was Derek Kanai, constant, never ending improvement. He's like, you have to get out of your own way. You have to put your ego aside and you have to allow other people to have a voice. And like, it was really, really powerful, like getting out of our own way, because how many times do people on this call feel like they stand in their own way? Please raise your hand, right? This doesn't come down to leadership, right? This is not Kenny. This is not me. This is not Karina. This is not Molly. This is not about leadership. This is about self-leadership. This is about self-governing. This is about saying, I know I need to do all of these things and I'm going to show up today and I'm going to do them. Why? Because most of you have a real true purpose of why you're doing this business. And all of you should. Your family, retirement, being able to buy your mom a house, buy your family a house, whatever it is. Like, so if you're not doing the things that you need to do, then all those things that you're saying that are your why and pulling you, is that really why? Like, and forgive me, like call yourself out on your own bullshit. But like, if I really wanted this lifestyle for my lady, for my kids, for my family, then why the fuck didn't I make my calls today? Like, wait a minute. Like, Elias, wake the fuck up. And I'm sorry for I'm cussing. I'm just passionate about this. Like, get out of your way. Self-management, self-governing. You don't need me to hold you accountable. You need to hold yourself ruthlessly accountable to the things that you want to create in your own life. I'm here as a reminder. I'm here as a reminder of the vision that you created for your life. I'm here to give you advice along the way of the journey of where you are already going. It's not my responsibility to make anybody productive. That's on you guys. You guys have to choose to show up and choose success at the highest level. And you know what? You have to choose it on the days where you don't want it. Sarah's baby was up late. The baby was up all night. I didn't get much sleep, 3 hours of sleep, and I'm so tired, but oh my God, I am here at 8:30. And I'm so glad that I'm here at 8:30 because my message and my baby gave Romel excitement, joy, and gratitude from just seeing her child. That's powerful, you guys. That's powerful. So you guys get to choose this every single day. You need to have that conversation with yourself. Like Jeff always says, Silencio Bruno from Luca. You need to like tell yourself like, okay, it's not happening, not today. Like move, get out of the way. Move out of your own way, you guys, because there's so much, and it's not just money, right? There's so much success on the other end of you getting past your own bullshit. And that's hard. That's hard fighting through your own stuff sometimes. So lean to the people around you, lean to your support systems, lean to me. I'm here 100% to be able to push you, support you, and help you. But at the end of the day, this is all about self-management. So let's do this. Let's go around the table. Let's get a few takeaways before we come full circle on this conversation. We'll go to Andrew Lynn. Let me hear from you today. Let's hear key takeaways from today's sesh.
And I think what hit home for me is just personal and mental growth and health and fitness are the keys of and set the stage for everything else. And once we get that aligned, and I think that's for me as well too, getting that together, everything else will start to improve and get better. But I think a lot of it is also energy management and just bringing that energy together and directing the energy in the right place. And that's
Totally.
Yeah.
I love it, my man. I love it. Here's what I want to do. I want to challenge everybody today for the top two. I want to challenge everybody to take a 30-minute break sometime today and just go exercise and listen to a podcast, right? There's your mental health. There's your exercise wrapped up into one activity. It doesn't have to be 2 separate hours or 2 separate half an hours. Just get outside, sweat a little bit, put something in your ear that's going to hype you up or give you some thoughts and inside dialogue, Ed Milet, whoever it is, Gary V, and like do that. I challenge everybody. I promise you, you'll feel better. Even if it's just a 20-minute walk around the neighborhood. Cool. Your body is better off than if you didn't do it, right? Are you going to have a six-pack at the end of the day? Probably not, but you're at least sweating some of the whatever is in your body out, and you're getting active, creating dopamines, releasing dopamines. Sakia, let's hear from you.
So I just want to say that, like, I just appreciate you guys and the group coaching, and I'm just grateful for the word and everything you coached today, because like it's letting me know I'm on track. So over the weekend, my cousin had got shot 11 times, 11 times, 7 times in his stomach, once in his face, once in his shoulder, once in his arm, and it's like my baby brother. And he drove himself to the hospital and he made it. And it's been hard, but I'm so grateful. He's alive, but I feel bad because I didn't go to the Bay Area to see him. And I just was working, and I'm like, I gotta see the bigger picture. I gotta stay focused. And I'm just trying to tell myself it's okay. Just, I have to be the one with the bigger vision to see better and just keep focused. So yesterday I called, booked the open house. Took me forever. It was hard to concentrate, but I still was working and trying to get through, but it was hard. And you just got to see the bigger picture.
Wow. Wow. You know what, you guys, life is fleeting. We never know, right? We never know. And so we're sending you light, love. We're sending healing energy to your cousin. And if you need anything from us, let us know, and don't have some grace, right? Like don't put too much like don't take blame for anything, right? This is somebody that was, I don't know who, like if they caught the person, but like that's not your fault. But like
it was 33 shootings and 4 homicides in Oakland this weekend, and he was one of the 33 victims. Jesus. And I just thank God and just be grateful that he made it, you know. And I'm just like, I got to keep going. Like I got to show them it's something bigger. Like it's a bigger picture. I can't just be focused on the picture in front of me, like and be filled with emotions and can't get past it and like keep working. So that's something like I'm proud of. Like just being able to just stay focused, even though like I'm breaking down in the inside, but still still booked that open house, still was working, and like, you know, still was talking to clients. Physically, I was here. Mentally, I probably was somewhere else, but I still did my best, and I just kept pushing because it's a bigger picture instead of the picture and emotion and the pain that I'm dealing with now. And I'm just grateful that he's alive.
Yeah, geez, Louise, Sakia, I can only imagine what you're going through. So like I said, sending you love and light, healing prayers, and healing energy to your cousin. And if you need anything from the team, from the company, from the organization, just reach out to us. We are here for you. And let this be a sign, you guys, like maybe someone needs a call from you today. Yeah, maybe that's just, what's up, Sarah? It's Elias. Been thinking about you. Haven't spoke to you in a while, cuz I just want to tell you I love you, right? Like somebody may need that call from you today. So
I've been calling him and checking on him and telling him that, like, you know, you got to move out of that small city. You're such a good man. You're a provider. And like, he's been like, I've been doing this thing what's called 50 touches. So I reach out to like 50 people and just tell them like, hey, I love you. How you doing? Happy Friday. And he was one of them. Like, I just been hella in contact with him, and then this happened. And it's just like, I don't know. It's like a sign, but it's like, it hurt. And I'm like, damn, like, I don't know, but it's crazy. I just want to just empower everyone not to look at the picture in front of you, but just have that goal and that vision to look at the bigger picture. It's a bigger picture behind the picture that's in front of you and what you're going through.
Well, you know, I appreciate you sharing. Thank you for opening up. And yeah, I'm just so glad that he survived and that he's going to get better. So our hearts go out to you. Let's go over to Vanessa. Vanessa, key takeaways from today's session. Then we'll go to one more person and we'll wrap up. Vanessa Vo, sorry.
I'm still choked up listening to Sakia's story.
Yeah.
But man, the biggest takeaway for me is if you're trying to be a 5-star realtor, you better come with some 5-star ratings, okay? Meaning if, you know, your mental health, your health and fitness, all of the things we talked about today, you can't be a 5 if all of your, when you go to kind of rate yourself, you don't have any 5s in there. I have no 5s in my list, but nonetheless, in 90 days, check back on me and hopefully I'll have some 5s for you. Actually, I will have some 5s.
So here's the thing I want to tell you. And if I was to rank one thing for you, obviously we know each other. Haven't spent too much time together. However, the way that you treat me, the way that you treat my family, the way that you have delivered coffee to my house in the middle of a group coaching session, like that relationship in my eyes is a 5. Like the way that you treat me, the way that you treat Kai, the way that you reached out to when Kai went to the hospital last week, the way that you sent Lily and Kai a gift card to Starbucks because they're going to work with dad, like that's a 5 in my eyes. So I don't know about you guys, if you've ever had a chance to interact with Vanessa, but my experience from your relationship with me, that's a fucking 5 and above, like a 5 and above. And so if I feel that and you feel that maybe others don't, then it's within you, because I feel like it's a 100% 5. Our relationship is a 5 based on the way that you've treated me.
Oh, thank you. And in my relationship, I gave myself a 4 because there is some people in my life that I haven't talked to in a while, and definitely I'm going to work on that. And I appreciate you guys. And if you ever need anything, I'm here.
Yep, and we feel that too. Demi and Bledsoe, let's go to you. Key takeaways from today's session, and then we'll go ahead and close out.
Just one last thought right quick on Grace. Like you were saying to Zakia, she is a 5 in my eyes on the relationship thing. When she was talking about the 50 touches and telling people that she loves them, she reached out to this cousin and was on his mind before, tragedy struck. Like all of us, when we're grading ourselves, myself included, that's why I took myself off of mute. Like we're really hard critics on ourselves sometimes, and like externally, you might be a 5 in a relationship area to somebody else. Health and fitness, and personal growth, those two things, you can be pretty accurate with that. But if, again, give yourself some grace, because you might be a 5 in other people's eyes, just like you were saying about her. She doesn't see herself as a 5, but to you, she is. So to somebody, you are a 5. So just give yourself a little grace. And again, I'm saying this to myself as well. So
I love it. I love it. You guys, I appreciate you allowing me the space to go a little further with you guys today. This isn't your traditional coaching session, but at the end of the day, like nothing we do has really, really been traditional. When I think about lineage, I think about the people that have taught us the things before us, and I'm constantly learning. I'm constantly growing. I have a coach myself. My hope is to create a coaching platform that is, centered around business intimacy and proximity, right? And what I mean by that is that I think that there's a need for being able to be super, super connected with the coaching world and being able to be in close proximity with these people that we're going to these events. And so my vision is to create more business intimacy. That's why me as a human being, I'm wired as an emotional human being. So I use that when I'm coaching you guys, and I will never stray away from that, because that's who I am as a human being. So I lean into heavily who I am, and I'm okay with that. There was probably a time in my career where I wasn't, but now I am. And I'm 100% aware as a human being, and as aware as a man, and I'm emotionally aware. And I promise you guys, pick up books like this, get into sales EQ, tap into the emotional side of yourself and business, and I promise you'll find growth. So you guys, thank you for sharing today. Once again, this is the Evaluate Your Life checklist. I would do this quarterly just to kind of get a quick idea of where you are, and then based on your 2s, your 1s, and your 3s, like those are the areas where I want to go in and I want to focus on, and I want to work heavily on over the next 3 months. So you guys, I appreciate your time, your energy. I am more grateful than you guys will ever know. Thank you for continuing to show up. What I want to do is I want to encourage everybody to invite a friend, become a professional inviter. What we can do is we can share this slide deck with anybody that's thinking or can use an atmosphere like this to grow. And I'm going to share the slide deck with you really quick. Lauren has this, some of you do, some of you do not, but use this. When you're asking people, when you're talking to people about group coaching, all you need, hey, oh my God, Adrian, we do this session every single, or 3 times a week. It's called group coaching. And it's just all these minds, and we're sharing and we're giving. There's so much, we have celebrities that come on from Instagram. I'd love to have you come in and just sit as a spectator. And then you and I can chat afterwards and tell me if you took anything out of that. Like, it's a free invite, you guys. You'll see that in there. Share this with people, tell people about this environment, because I think that there's I don't think. I know there's something special here, and this is an opportunity for you guys to grow and build that supplemental income because of your rev share. So you guys, thank you for being here. Appreciate all your vulnerabilities and stepping up, and thanks for all your contributions. Peace and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Oh, level up sessions today at 1 to 3 if you're going to be in the Oakland or surrounding areas. 1 to 3 level up sessions, database.